Hey you guys, Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more of RimWorld, back with some more of the Mechanitor, and of course the big news is not our vaguely camel-shaped spaceship here. The big news is, yay tigers! That's right, I bought a couple of tigers. Do I need a couple of tigers? Everybody needs a couple of tigers. But yay tigers! Once again, the comments will be restricted to only comments that favor the words yay tigers. You could also go with woohoo tigers or oh boy tigers, but that's what I'd like to see the comments filtered down to. Just an explosion of joy over the fact that I now own two tigers. Now, having had a little bit of thought about my somewhat frantic purchase of two tigers, because frankly, if you came up to me in the real world and said, hey, would you like to buy two tigers? I would say, here is all my money. However, thinking it through a little bit more, this is going to come with a set of problems. I was reading recently an article about why some animals are domesticated and why some aren't, and this is going to have implications for what we're doing here in RimWorld. So, for instance, why do we have horses but not zebras? Why did we domesticate the dog and not the wolf? Why did we do all these things? Well, there are many reasons for it, but one of the reasons that was listed is food. Can we feed these animals? So, for instance, it's relatively easy to feed a domesticated dog. Those guys will eat almost anything. But to feed a tiger, I'm going to need a lot of meat. And I don't got that. We got 9 meals, a bunch of potatoes, and a couple of rats. That is it. I didn't really think through. You can see my excitement with yay tigers. Obviously, if you've known this channel at all, presented with the opportunity to buy two tigers, I'm going to buy two tigers. A male and a female, by the way. The potential for more tigers exists. And not really thinking through the, hey Dave, how are you planning to feed two tigers? Because those guys eat a lot of raw meat. I don't have a lot of raw meat. So we're going to hastier than I thought. We're going to have to put together some kind of hunting party. Yes, I know Smog is in a medical emergency. We're saying our goodbyes to Smog. We've said our goodbyes to Smog. I don't think there's any way we're coming up with anything psychite-based in the next... How many days is it, Smog? I know you can't hear me. You're unconscious. How many days until you die? That is going to be 2 days. Yep, 2 days. Excuse me, 12 days. 12 days, not 2 days, 12 days. So at 60 days, you're dead. I don't know, Smog. Maybe something pops up. Maybe our hydroponics starts suddenly working. We're not really sure on that, and comments didn't really come through on that one as to why our hydroponics are not working. Our agrihand is doing all its other agrihand duties. Other people are doing all of their agricultural duties, but these hydroponics trays are just... don't seem to be working. Just for giggles, I'm going to turn it off and on again like any sort of electronic device and see if that fixes it. And they are definitely both for psychoid. Okay, and the lamp does work. It's not working now because it's in its rest period, but the lamp does work and it's well within... I don't know. I'm just going to go with yay tigers. So bring me to my tiger panel, if we could, please. Tiger panels right here. Tiger 1 and Tiger 2. We may think about renaming them in the future. Let's not focus on that now. Let's focus on how in God's name I'm going to feed these guys. Is there anything out here? Yeah. So not so much, really. Not so much, really. Let's cross some bridges, shall we? Who is actually on animal duty? Did I put anyone on animal duty? Yes, we put Doug on that. Doug, you're in charge of tigers now. Sherman's an adult. Really? Okay, talk to me, Sherman. What's going on? Okay, so you have reached the age of 13, and you are technically an adult. So you can do all your stuff now. You can do all the tasks. You actually have, for a 13-year-old, you've actually got a range of skills. You're not terrible. You're a... well, half-assed doctor, really. You have a base medical training. And you can vaguely build things. This is all good. So I get to choose a trait for you. Misogynist. Obviously, you're not really going to be keen on women. Careful shooter. That's fine. Aiming time up. Aiming time up, but accuracy also up. So it's going to take you longer to shoot, but you'll be more accurate. Abrasive. Not really. I'd prefer you didn't annoy everybody. And night owl. So, that one's pretty self-explanatory. You want to be awake at night and asleep during the day. These are all not great. I think, if anything, I would go with night owl just because that'll keep somebody working when everyone else is asleep. I'm fine on night owl. That's a very neutral trait to me. Careful shooter is good, but you're not actually very good at shooting at all. and you don't even have a passion for it. So you're not going to be like a frontline combatant. Yeah, I mean, you'll do something in the future. I will throw you into combat. Don't worry about that one, Sherman. I also noticed you've taken off all of your clothing except your hat, which is delightful because you're an adult now. You don't wear kid clothing. I don't know if we've got anything to dress you with. No clue on that, dude. I'm really kind of focused on tigers, Sherman, as you can imagine. I'm going to go Night Owl on Sherman and then immediately go ahead and deal with that nonsense. So Sherman, Night Owl is 11 to 18 is when you would like to be asleep. So 11 to 18, and then anything else, you can just do anything you want. Yes, if you are a professional RimWorld player, well, frankly, you haven't watched this long into the video, but I'm not going to micromanage my settlers. They can do anything they want when they're not asleep. That's basically it. I don't get into the whole recreation time and work time and all of that. I just can't micromanage that one. I'm more of a big picture kind of guy. Big picture, of course, being yay, tigers, or again, woohoo tigers, oh boy tigers, holy McMoly tigers. Any variation on that will be welcome in comments. Okay, how am I going to feed a tiger? Mitsuya, you're new, by the way. Thank you for joining the team here. And of course, we got Zakar here. Zakar, you're a quest prisoner. I can't recruit you without consequences of failing the quest. So you just kind of chill there, and I have you on maintenance only, right? Yeah, we're going to feed you, and that's about it. However, Mitsuya, you have a shooting of 5. That ain't nothing. I don't suppose there's any slim chance I've got any... Yeah, I'd actually have a couple of ranged weapons. Mitsuya, we probably took these off a dead guy, but why don't you go get that short bow? And then I believe we're going to have to put a murder party together. If only to feed the tigers. Yay, tigers! If only to feed the tigers. We'll make progress on the camel spaceship. Speaking of which, before I get too far involved with things, I need thrusters. Otherwise, this thing ain't going anywhere. So, go to Odyssey. Where the heck am I going to put for thrusters in this thing? Ideally, in the feet. I know you're telling me I don't have enough steel storage. You're probably right, actually. I could put one there and one there for right now. We may reconfigure that later, and let's put hull and hull. Did I put a door in this anywhere? I don't feel I've put a door in the spaceship. Let's just make sure we can get in and out of the spaceship. That's probably a solid thing to do. How about a steel door down here in the foot? That's where I'd eventually like the thrusters, but we're just going to... Yay, tiger! That's what we're going to do for right now. Okay, Sherman's getting dressed. That's good. You're not on all the things, are you? Yeah, don't wear ratty clothes. Mitsuya, you can take off your clothes if you want. That's cool. That's fine. Chelly, you have a go juice dependency? Did I know that about you? Hang on, a bounty for Veli. Veli, just hang tight for 2 secs. Did I know that about you? I'm not seeing that in your health conditions. Are you desperate for go juice? You are not. Okay. Do your gig, Chella. Just do your jam, man. What's a bounty for Veli? What's going on here? They have a fugitive named Veli. Used a transport pod to flee. In custody. Rumors of your grab ship. Travel to the abandoned platform and kill Veli. Wow, that is dark. Okay. A fuel optimizer. Now, what's that going to do? GravTech unit that allows grav engine lift to coordinate more efficiently with traditional thrusters. Okay, so it reduces the fuel. That would be a fuel optimizer. I could kind of get that from the title of it. I have no ability to do this. That's cool. I mean, I don't think we're going anywhere in 5.6 days. Maybe. I'm just going to click off of that, and we'll kind of feel that out as it goes along. I don't think I can put this spaceship together in 5.6 days. I think that's being overly optimistic. I notice nobody's growing Psychite. Okay, just for having the experiment, I'm going to change this to potatoes and see if anyone grows potatoes. Maybe the Agrahand doesn't have a high enough... But we've had them before. We've grown them before. We've done packaged survival meals. That's great. That actually brings me to something else. Someone in comments was saying Mitsuya is a good cook. I should look a little more into her cooking skill. Let's go ahead and start drug production. It'll be far too late for Smog, but we'll get it going. Actually, we've already got Psychoid Brewing. Smog, we've pretty much said our goodbyes to you. Let's go with gunsmithing, actually. Let's get tooled up around here. So, Mitsuya, are you naked now? Just for asking the question. You have a hat. and a smile, and that's about it. I'm going to move you up with the shooty team, Mitsuya, and we're going to look for things to murder, because I've got 2 tigers to feed. And I have no capacity to do that. Yeah, here's the bad news. There's a muffalo over there. Okay, everybody who can shoot except Dweeb. Doug, what do you do for a living? You have a spear of some sort, and you've got a club, and Smog, you're unconscious. Dweeb's actually got a pretty decent gun. Dweeb, you're going to have to come in on this, and we're all going to go down here and murder a muffalo, because we need meat. We need any sort of food at this point. We're doing terribly for food. So, before we all get into that, bring me back to Mitsuya. Cooking of 6 with a passion. Yeah, that's not bad. Actually, that's not bad. Let's reconfigure people. And Mitsuya, you're going to be my #1 cook. We're going to back Dweeb off of that, although he is much, much better at it. But this allows Dweeb to do other things, and this is kind of what everyone is doing. They're just taking the pressure off of Dweeb, so Dweeb can be a little bit more of an all-rounder. Okay, hunting murder party, come down here, and we are going to do some hunting murders, and just blow this muffalo out of, well, I'd like to say the water, but there's no actual water here. There is no water here, right? I checked that last time. Tiger 2 is pregnant. Slam it into pause mode. I've already got more tigers on the way. This is a terrible idea. I shouldn't have this many tigers. I probably should have just bought 1. That would have been the way to go here. Is there any fish in this pond? Do I see any fish popping up here? I know I looked last time, but I'm just going to look again. You'll see the little fish shape pop up and then go away. No, I think that's more of a puddle more than anything. How about down here? I know I'm ignoring the people who are on draft right now. How about over here? Anything going on? Little puddle, maybe a fish or 2 living in there. No, okay. Murder party. Okay, this is a terrible idea, but we're gonna go do some murders. Yep. Okay, murders are not really happening that well. We've shot it a bunch of times. Are you going to die soon? Death in 8 hours. Cool. Call off the attack, because we can just go pick that up later. Oh, Doug, you're finally coming in. Wait, no, Doug, what are you doing? You're not part of the murder party. You're hauling steel. Oh, good. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. That's great. Where was that other muffalo? It is way down here. Okay, murder party. Let's go down here, and we're going to shoot this one now. All right, come on, everybody down here. It's just sitting there being all muffled. I got 2 and almost 3 tigers to feed around here. I wonder what the going rate is for a tiger if I sell it. I know what it was to buy it. I'm seeing tiger farm. That's what I'm seeing. If you need a tiger, I can hook you up. All right, shoot this thing. Okay, Muffalo Revenge, burden it so it slows it down. Okay, and then probably more murders. Burden it again. Yep, there we go. And then, Dweeb, why don't you check out? There we go. Okay, hang on, it's down. Everybody in a nice line so we don't shoot each other, please. Thank you. And shooting. Boom. And anytime now. Boom. Okay, there we go. Allow that. Mitsuya might come down and grab that in the reasonably near future. And where'd the other one flee to? All the way up here? We may as well just go finish it off. I mean, we need the food. Tigers. I can't stress that enough. I have 2 tigers, and we're working on a 3rd one. I could even just shoot the boomalope. It'll go boom, because that's, kind of the nature of it. But Muffalo Revenge we can get rid of, but it's more meat. This is a terrible idea. This is why I want to leave. We live on a terrible map with not enough creatures on it to, well, eat, basically. Shoot this thing, somebody. Okay, and more shooting, and we're not really very good at shooting, are we? Mitsuya, why are you here? Oh, because you have a bow and I put you in the murder party. Never mind. I've solved that question. I've answered my own questions because I told you to. Okay, it's a wily muffalo. It's definitely a wily muffalo. I see the bot here is getting some... Oh, wow. Could you just come and die close to base? This is very fussy of you. All right, murder again. And shooting. Okay, and Muffalo Revenge. Great, that'll bring it in my direction. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. Oh, never mind. I burdened it. Didn't need to. Can we just keep the killing up, please? Okay, more killing. Okay, if anything else, this is maybe boosting our shooting skill for somebody. Oh, wow, we're throwing a lot at it, aren't we? Do we want to go up and just hit it in the face? Oh, we're terrible. Okay, everybody off draft. And we've got something to feed the tigers with now. Any move on the potatoes? Nope. Okay. Who does plant work? So, anyone at all? Dweeb, great, cool. What are you doing right now? You're meditating. No, you're not. It's a terrible idea. You can sew that. Can't, yeah, right, you're under the allowed skill for that. So, that part I conquered last time. No human has the skill. But I feel the bots should. I feel the bots should be able to do that. We had it growing. It was growing. Just not sure what's going on with it. And just in case they put them somewhere weird, I know I've checked all this stuff, but it's just, I'm baffled why this is not working, because it was working. Nobody got psychoid leaves, right? Psychoid plants, yeah, plants. Nothing but plants. Okay, go over there. All right, yeah, you're doing this one. You're doing this one just fine. You have the skill level to do it. Why are you not doing the hydroponics? And we tried everything last time, and by everything I mean I tried a couple of things, like shutting all of these down, so the only thing it could do was that, not really working. All right, Muffalo Revenge, we've dealt with that, thank you very much. Okay, somebody's got the corpse, might be one of the bots. And did we get the one down here? We've got the one down here. Okay, I have a small amount of food to feed a tiger for a little while. Mitsuya, what are you going to be working on? You're praying. You should. You should, kid. Could you actually get on butchering, please? And what have I got meals set to these days? Simple meals. Yeah, I've got 5 out of 60. 5 out of 60. Oh, goody. Chella, you're just going to hang out in the freezer like a kid. You're drawing on the freezer floor again. Again with you, Chella. Can you find nothing else to do? Could you find nothing else to do than that? Okay, I need to put a storage tank in here of some sort. I've really planned this very, very poorly, but you should expect that sort of thing around here. So let's put one tank... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do at all. That was a terrible idea. One tank here. I might, just for the initial stages of this ship, leave it at one tank. I also do not need this piece right here. You can deconstruct that. And I don't need that piece there. You can deconstruct that. That's just taking up space that we don't need to be taking up. This is a terribly planned ship. I want the camel. I do. It's just, it doesn't work. I think we're going to leave it anyway, though, and just see what happens. If anything else, if nothing else, rather, or if anything else, either way goes, we're leaving. I don't think we're staying on this map. We're going to go live somewhere else, which is good, because I don't need a grav anchor. I'm not going to be worried about burning this map. No, yeah, Smog, you're dead. You're just totally dead, Smog. Okay. Get things moving a little bit faster now that we've got a little bit of food that just came in here. How are we doing on, like, actual other food? 39 on the rice, 25 on the potatoes, more rice down here. This looks like it's ready to go soon. All right, that'll be a little bit more. We do have a lot of heal root that's going to be coming in. It's not necessarily what... Cello, would you get out of the freezer? Get out of the freezer. Children, you just can't deal with them. So... Go back to Doug, who's in charge of tigers. Yeah, you're number 1 on tigers. And what I don't know... So a tiger is a fairly self-sufficient animal in the real world. It doesn't really need to be given food. It can kind of go out and find its own food. I'm wondering if we ran out of food, if it would just be like, oh, there's a rat over there. I'll go eat that rat. Yeah, tons of psychoid coming in now. I don't know. But talk to me about Tiger 1. I love everything you're doing because I own a tiger. We've got you set up to be trained for everything. And then we were also told when we bought the tiger there could be special abilities, advanced abilities. I don't know where those are. Are those perhaps somewhere in the research tab? Is there something that says better animal training or something? Wow, that's a big lightning storm going on right now. Better animal training. It might be in here. I still, a couple of weeks later, I still haven't really gone through the tech tree as much as I might like. I've seen some of the new things like Hunter Drone, but I haven't really gone through all of it. And I'm looking as I'm talking to you to see what else might be in here. If it's here, I don't immediately see it. If better tiger training is in here, I don't immediately see it. Maybe we get that when we've trained them for all the other things. I'm not really sure. We'll kind of hash that out as it goes along. My biofuel refinery here, nothing going on with that. We are doing quite a bit of mining, though. Good, we need all the steel. Yep, all the steel, Sherman. Sherman, are you set up on number 1 mining right now? You sure are. Boy, you're terrible at it. But you're gonna do it, kid. You'll get better. Every bit of steel you get out, you're getting a little bit better. And yes, I know we have low food. Mitsuya is over here cooking frantically. Frantically cooking. Okay? Rare thrombos, that's fine. We can ignore that. They're not going to bother us. We won't bother them. Everything is fine. I don't suppose in the very extremely brief period of time that I was talking, there's a whole bunch of new animals that popped up, are there? There's a turkey. Yeah, go kill that. I'm reluctant to take on the rhinoceros. The rhinos. I'm reluctant to take those on, because if those go rhino revenge, 3 rhinos at us, we're not coming back from that. We have all this baby food, because I did the monkey's paw thing when the cargo pods landed. I said, oh boy, I hope it's food, and it was. Baby food. Can tigers eat baby food? Because they're my little babies, I'm going to tell you that right now. Look at my tigers. Look at my tigers. I will accept applications now in comments. I know comments is basically restricted to yay tigers or a variation thereof. I will accept applications for naming the tigers. Not after ourselves. Okay, not after ourselves. I am looking for creative names for the tigers, and I will be opening the floor of comments to names for the tigers. Ostensibly 3 of them, because we've got another one coming. We made a burqa at some point. Oh my god, they did psychoid. Well, they did the potatoes anyway, but they also did one thing of psychoid. Okay. Smog. Provided nothing goes horribly wrong again, I might be able to keep you alive. I've got like another 10 days. I don't know if I can do it. Well, in that case, switch this over to psychoid. May as well get double our chances here of getting something out of this. Don't know why that... Oh, no. Let's make sure we're getting power, kids. Do I have any wood at all? Probably not. I often don't. Is there any way we can chop down some trees? I need all of my generators going. I don't want the power going down again. I have so many devices that just suck power. You know, what with the robotics and all. Yay, tigers! This is so exciting. Do I need 2 tigers? No. I don't need 3 tigers either. I didn't need the first tiger. But tigers, yay! Woohoo, tigers. Just going around, being tigers, checking things out, going, yep, I'm a tiger, I'm going to sit by the heater. That is such a kitty thing to do. You are such a big kitty. Giant kitty needs giant head rubs. Oh, we're all going to die. Thrusters are going in. That's kind of fun. And this is all done, too. I'm going to widen this out a little bit. So give me another set of panels here and maybe here. You know what? Do I want... Widen that out there. And then I'm going to do hull more like this. And just to give us a little bit more room here. This is a useless bit of room. I could do a storage area up there. Storage area maybe for the chem fuel or something like that. That can be dealt with. Yeah, some sort of storage area. Okay. Putting giant kitties and Smog's eventual demise aside, yeah, we're losing battery power here. Both of my generators are down. Guys, Dweeb, can you please... We need wood. Okay, let's go chop some trees then, people. So, Mitsuya, you're researching. Whatever you're doing is a terrible idea. You're not doing plant cutting. Doug, go cut down a tree. Chella, go cut down a tree. Lumpy, go cut down a tree. Dweeb, go cut down a tree. And then hopefully the Agrabot will deal with the rest of them if it doesn't have other things going on. It does seem to have sown most of these areas. Yeah, we're not sowing the cotton right now. That's fine. That's we've got clothing. Clothing exists. And then, hang on, Dweeb, could you actually refuel the generator, please? At least one of them. So yeah, you're already refueling it. Good. And Lumpy, could you refuel? We need more wood. Okay. We need more wood. Lumpy is terrible at cutting down trees. So is Chella. Chella is a small child. That's not totally surprising. Small child with a bowler hat and an axe. This is a good day in my world. Yay, tigers. All right, what was my... Oh, look at the giant kitty cuddling up with Beta. Oh, Beta, you just wake up, there's a giant tiger sitting there. Giant tiger, just curled up at your bed. That is just like the best way you could possibly wake up, right before it eats your face. Yeah, Siegfried and Roy, I'm looking in your direction. Right before it eats your face, that would be the most adorable thing ever. Prior to the kitty murder. All right. What else can I do that's going to benefit anything at all? It's really about getting steel and about getting, wood at this point. I see we cut down some more trees. Oh, already refueled. Great, good. Want to keep the power on. Let's keep the power on under all circumstances and make sure that we've got a little tiny bit of psychoid coming in. Little teeny tiny bit of psychoid at all. Smog, I'd like to say we are going to save you, but honestly, I've said my goodbyes to you. Remind me, Smog, I haven't checked in on you in a long time. Are you actually any good at anything? Yeah, you are. Got a lot of good front-of-house skills here. I'd love to have a dedicated miner who actually has an idea of what they're doing. Can't do anything in the back room, but you're pretty good up front, so we're gonna try as best as we humanly can to keep you alive. It probably won't work out. Lee, sorry, Lee, I forgot you existed. A happy tree. That's fine. It's a happy tree pod. We'll look at that in a sec. Sorry, Lee. I kind of forgot you existed. Yeah, you're also a quest target. Okay, so I can't kill you either, or harvest your organs, or Mike Tyson you into loving us. You're both quest targets, and unfortunately, you won't sleep together. I feel in prison you just got to sleep where you got to sleep, but your ideology forbids you from sleeping in the same bed. So the happy tree, you have the garland pod thing here. We just go harvest that. I'm probably not getting much into the happy tree side of things, although I know we can get some dryads out of that, which are effectively another bot workforce, except they're easier to kill. They die all the time. They're very flimsy sometimes. I'm not so much with that. I've played around with them a little bit, but not... Yay, tigers, but not so much with them. So we'll probably just sell that seed to somebody. Speaking of selling things, I'd like to have more things to sell. I don't really have anyone I can peel off and do artwork. I feel we're kind of stretched to our limit here. Like, Doug, what are you doing? You're watching the clouds. Okay, not really stretched to your limit then, are you, Doug? Really not stretched to your limit. Is anyone vaguely good at art? 3, 2, 0, nothing. Won't even do it. There we go. Beta's pretty good at that. Beta does a lot of other things, though. Beta does a lot of crafting. Beta's our primary doctor, I believe. Yeah, I could... Because we got some jade. Make a couple of small jade sculptures. Where are we at on stone blocks? Because usually I just kind of set that to forever. Have I set that to broadly forever? Yeah, I have. Tell you what, when you're finished with that one, kid, go ahead and bang that out for me. Thank you, Doug. Suspend that. And we're going to maybe have a bash at some art. So art bench can go down here. Ooh, I should do the Whoozy McWhatsit, the tool cabinet thing to increase everyone's skill here, or speed here, rather, one or the other. How are we doing over on the Spaceship Camel Alpha here? Thrusters are coming in. This will eventually get done. We're really just kind of lacking on... Wow, that's going to bug me. That's going to really bug me that I took that corner out. Ambrosia Sprout. Wow. Right in the middle of my potatoes. Okay, fine. You know what? I'm not going to bother with that. We'll just get whatever we get out of that. The ambrosia's kind of taken over the potatoes. Oh, now we're all excited about planting. Oh, they're just taking them right out. Yeah, of course, because it's set for potatoes, Dave. So they're like, hey, there's some ambrosia weeds coming in here. Let's get rid of these and put more potatoes in. Whatever fire was happening is out, so we're not going to stress that. Beta's over here doing absolutely nothing. Lumpy's going to bed. The tiger is in Beta's room again. Are you, like, bonding to Beta? Oh my god, you have 2 tigers in your room, Lumpy. Your room is so tiny, and there's 2 giant kitties in it. Just gigantic kitties in there. Oh, that's fun. I'm so happy about tigers. I really am. Forget Odyssey. I'm just happy about tigers. I know tigers came in with Odyssey, but this is my happiest part of Odyssey so far. All right. Anything new to murder? Not really. It's a brave man who would take on a swan. I feel that that's not going to go well for us. So we're kind of limited. Yes, we've already cooked up all that muffalo meat. I'm going to have hungry cats, aren't I? I wonder if the tigers eat kibble or if they have to eat raw meat. They should have to eat raw meat. That's, well, tigers can't cook. They're notorious for that. They're terrible cooks. And they are pure carnivores, as far as I'm aware. I'm sure at the end of the day they'll eat anything they need to eat, like any cat. But they'd like some meat. Will they eat my settlers? And I bet the answer is, in a pinch, probably. Where is this alleged fire? Down here. Okay, down near it's raining. We're just... Dweeb, you didn't even really need to bother with that. But what the heck, you're already here. You're already here. That's cool, kid. You do your thing. How's the mining project going on up here, guys? Yeah, I mean, some progress is being made. There's plenty of steel to be had. We just don't really have a lot of skilled miners right now. All right. I think the big news is Psychoid. So can I get an idea? Yeah, I know it's 20% grown now, 0 growth rate because the light's not on. It's gonna be a tight race, Smog. I'm not saying I've completely given up on you. It's just you've got 9 days to live. So can we in fact get any Psychoid out of there in 9 days? I don't know. Maybe? Maybe not. We'll see. Okay, back to work. How's the camel looking? Camel's looking good. That's really bugging me. This little space in here is really, really bugging me. But the thrusters are going in. The chem fuel thing is going in. The potential for flight exists at some point. I really shouldn't have designed this thing as a camel. The problem with a camel is limited inside storage space except for the hump area, which is, of course, where we're putting our grav engine. If you look at any camel, and you're thinking, like, where could I put stuff inside this camel? Pretty much you're limited to this area, to the back, to the hump area here. Not much else. I mean, have you seen a camel's legs? They're spindly little things. You ain't going to store much in that. Not so much, and the only thing that's being stored in the head is spittle. This could go. We don't need that. No, don't build a copy of it. That was a terrible idea. Deconstruct that. That's an unnecessary piece. I might be able to get rid of this, too. I'm going to have to see what that looks like. But I'm going to have to put another piece of hull there, because that's just going to make me nuts that it looks like that. Or put one there. That's a better idea. Put one there, and that'll kind of even it out, he says optimistically, not really knowing what it's going to look like afterwards. I know, I'm building a spaceship purely on aesthetics at this point. Not for efficiency or flight mechanics or anything like that. A Boomalope self-tamed. Uh-huh. Okay. That's kind of a good news, bad news thing. The Boomalope will generate chem fuel. The bad news is I have no capacity to feed that thing. We can't even feed ourselves. Never mind anything else. So, cargo pods. Could it be food that isn't baby food, Monkey's Paw? What is that? It's a bunch of war masks, visage masks. Yay! A bunch of Halloween decorations just landed. Maybe I can sell those to some. Let's get back to the Boomalope idea. Because as much as I would like to have a free source of chem fuel, I have no capacity to feed this thing. So I'm just going to let it go. I'm not even going to try and slaughter it because it'll explode. So just release it back to the wild. What I said may not have been true. I can't immediately remember. There's mad boom rats. I can't immediately remember if it will explode if you just slaughter it rather than hunting it. But I'd rather not take the chance. Cool. Mad boom rats. Neat. Well, let's have everyone immediately go into the runaway zone. So runaway dweeb, which is that area there. We could actually expand that to include the new storage area. So let's expand runaway dweeb. Yay, tiger. Right in there. And then speaking of which, the tigers. Can we have them go in runaway dweeb, please? I'm not putting my tigers at risk. Not today, thank you. I know, Sherman, sorry. Yeah, I know, that's weird, like, because your bedroom is suddenly prohibited. I'm wicked sorry about that, kind of. Ooh, and the mechs! And the mechs who are outside right now. Yeah, can we bring the mechs in, please, so they don't get all explodey? Yeah, here comes the boom rats. So, just for safety, can you guys sort of come up here? And where is my Militor these days? So, where are you, Chief? Down there? Okay, cool. Could you come up here, please? What do you mean? It's outside. It won't be outside of the command range if you cuddle up with Dweeb. You're very silly sometimes, Militor. You're really a little codependent, aren't you? Yeah, okay, you're dead. Good, that'll be some food. Where are the other ones? Because I saw there was at least 2, maybe 3. There's one. There's another one. Don't blow up my spaceship. Please don't go insane on my space camel. That's a odd sentence. I'm kind of having to reflect on the words that just came out of my mouth there. You know what? I'm sure it's fine. I'll say stranger things later. I will, too. I'm just getting warmed up today. This is just the first recording. Don't blow up my wind turbine either, if you could manage that. Thank you. And Militor, could you actually come up here now? You're really kind of codependent, aren't you? You've got to be near Dweeb at all times. Dweeb, you come up here. All right. I think there comes another one. That definitely has got an eye on us. Good thing it's raining. That's putting out the fires really quickly without us having to kind of do anything. So you want to come up here and explode? Yep, you sure do. All right. Anyone else left? Yep, there's one over there and one inside my spaceship. Oh, super. Well, it's out of the spaceship. It's coming for us. We got at least 2 more on the map here. I'm kind of just waiting them out. And Doug, whatever you're doing is probably a terrible idea. You're wandering around. Why don't you just stand right here, kid? All right. Spear versus hand grenade is not going to go down well, but I don't want you wandering off, Doug. You've got tigers to keep an eye on. As your #1 job is taking care of the 2, soon-to-be 3 tigers that we're going to own around here. Tiger Farm. It just writes itself. Tiger Farm. Is the 4th one still around? Okay, it's still over there. You're kind of tying up my time there over there, Chief. You're just kind of tying everything up. I can't really do much until you go away. Do you want to maybe go literally anywhere but where you are right now, like through my trap corridor? Nope. Okay. At this point, everyone just kind of go back to normal. Just kind of undraft there. Try not to... Well, you won't go outside. I was going to say try not to go outside. You're not going to go outside because you're in the runaway dweeb zone. But try not to interact with the boomalope in any way. And boomalope, you try not to explode anything I care about. That's the deal we're cutting here. We won't bother you if you don't blow us up. Especially if you blow up my grav engine. I'm going to have to go find another grav engine. That's all there is to it. That's going to be an incredibly insane chore that I will not relish at all. And then we got to think about the grav anchor thing. So, the grav anchor, all right, we all kind of have a feeling on this. So, if I leave right now, if Space Camel Alpha was magically put together and had the ability to launch, which it doesn't, because I actually don't even have a piloting area at this point. Where am I going to put a piloting area? I don't know about the camel idea. I'm not sure about the camel idea. It's not... Okay, we can put that there. That'll be kind of silly because we have dead space over there, but that's fine. If we don't have the grav anchor and we leave, this map is burned. It's gone. You can never come back to this map ever again. It's just completely destroyed. I don't know how much I care about that on this map. We might just leave and say, to heck with the grav anchor. We're not coming back here anyway. I haven't made a huge investment. Not huge enough that I can't just kind of take whatever I can take and then, leave. A lot of this stuff I can't take. I can't take the mech rechargers because you can't deconstruct them. The mech gestator, I'm going to have to build a new one of those. Some of these things I can. The machining table I can take. The tailoring bench I could take. So some of these we can kind of pack up in a box. The beds, the furniture, all those things I could pack up in a box and take somewhere else. Tiger in the freezer. You know what? You've got a big furry coat. You can hang out in the freezer. If you see any of the kids in there, those are not snacks. Okay, where are you going? You, come here. Where are you lifting? You're wandering around. Have we dealt with the boom rat thing? Yeah, I believe it's stopped being a manhunter at this point. Okay, everyone can go back on unrestricted, and then the mechs can kind of go to their general area here. So, unrestricted, home area. You can be an unrestricted too. You can definitely be an unrestricted, and the Mechanitor can be in the home area. Okay. That was a brief aside there. Go back to slightly higher speed and yay tigers. So, have you guys actually been fed at any point? Yeah, you're eating something. Maybe you're eating the baby food, because we have no other food. We have no meals. None. The boomalope's been turned back to the wild. Good. There's a lot of rice that's coming in soon. That's great. This will be here like tomorrow. That's fantastic. And we've actually got some heal root. But we have no actual food right now. Anything? Nope. Nothing. Nothing I'm willing to go and kill. Might have to take a poke at that Megasloth. I don't know. Because the Megasloths will be kind of like solo. I won't be as fussed about 3 rhinos charging us as I am about... Well, guys, we're doing it. Everybody line up. I know. Don't go killing a Megasloth, but draft you guys. pull you down here. I know this is not what you want to be doing with your evening, but we have to eat, and we have to feed 2 tigers. I will starve Chella before the tigers don't have a bite to eat. In fact, I'll just give them Chella. Chella's snack size. She could just be a nice bite-sized snack for a tiger. How old are you, Chella? Yeah, you're 8. That's like perfect snack size if you're a tiger. That's a light lunch. Okay, this is a terrible idea, as usual. But here we go. We're going to murder a giant passive animal that means us no harm at all, right up until the point we start shooting it. And then it's like, hey, I didn't appreciate that. Why would you do that to me? I am a totally passive animal. I mean you no harm, and then you shot me in my face. This is going to go horribly wrong. Slow it down a little bit there. Slow it down. Okay. And it's out of range. Did we hit you enough that you're bleeding to death? Nope. Haven't even taken a scratch. Okay, everybody over here now. Please don't run very far. We're not very fast. And we're kind of terrible hunters. So, yeah, if we could keep up with some slight light shooting there, that'd be great. Okay, yep, you're revenging. I would too. I get you on that. So, yeah, do that. Burden you. And then everybody really needs to shoot this thing like so much now. Should have brought the Mechanitor with us to run interference. I don't know why I don't keep taking the Mechanitor on hunting parties. It's kind of like its job is to run interference. Okay, there we go. We got one. We got one. Okay. Mitsuya, you want to haul that back? No, don't consume it. You want to... No, you. Okay, undraft you. Sorry, guys. Now, Mitsuya, do you want to haul that back? Mitsuya? Oh, you don't do hauling. Okay, that's beneath you. Beta, can you Beta, can you haul that? Thank you. Cello was going to do it, but you can do it too. And Mitsuya, can you take that meal back? I'd rather that, because you don't do hauling. I literally just said that. Haul that meal. Let's not leave meals on the ground, please. This is going to tide us over, is all this is going to do. This is just going to basically give us just enough to get by for the next couple of days. There's another Mega Sloth right there. Yeah, see, the 3 rhinos are all grouped up. This is my concern here, is I shoot Rhino A, and Rhino B and C is like, no. How about you didn't do that? How about we go eat you in your face? That's what's going to happen there. Okay, move things along. How are we broadly doing here? We've made little to no progress on Space Camel Alpha. Smog is still almost basically going to die soon. How's the Psychoid doing? 30%. Okay, and now it's popped on. So now we're up to 172% growth. The light's on. The light's popped on. So that'll move a little bit quicker. We're feeding Smog baby food at this point because that's all we've got. We have mush. We have baby mush. Mitsuya is cooking though, which is good. And there's rice coming in. All right, rice is coming in. That's pretty good. More rice coming in. This will keep us going for a little bit longer. All right, so some vague concept of meals are coming in. Mitsuya's going to immediately eat one. Right in front of the tiger. That's kind of mean. Mitsuya, that's kind of mean. Just saying. Feed the tiger first before you feed yourself. All right, that's the nature of owning a tiger. You got to accept that you're going to be hungry so that the tiger isn't. Because the tiger is hungry, you are edible. That's all I'm saying about tigers, Mitsuya. Maybe favor the tiger. Tiger down here looking at a shirt. Cool. Animal disease flu. Nope, not my tiger. No. Nope. Gotta take care of a tiger. Do I maybe have time to put together a nice tiger bed? Probably not. So let's favor just any old sleeping spot. Put it right there in the corner where everyone can see the sick tiger. Okay, so that was Tiger 2, right? Is that you? No, you're Tiger 1. Where'd Tiger 2 go? Okay, so you have the flu, is that correct? And you're pregnant. Dang, you got a lot going on, kid. All right, so we will get you tended to. You're going to come down here. Let's actually make sure this is a medical tiger area. Good. All right, you're down there. Beta, you're a doctor. Go deal with tend to Tiger 2 immediately. Immediately tend to Tiger 2. Top priority, Beta. It's a pregnant tiger. We have potentially 2 tigers there that need... I don't know if they both have the flu. I don't know how the flu works in relation to pregnancy. There's something about immunity and whatnot. But immediately go tend to the tiger. We do have a lot of herbal medicine coming in. So if nothing else, we can We can fix ourselves. We just can't feed ourselves. Mitsuya, you've kind of gone off a little bit on the cooking thing. I know you're looking at 75, 150 pieces of baby food going, we can eat that. And we broadly can. We just kind of prefer not to. What if we have a baby? And what's the baby going to eat? It'll have no baby food. It's going to have to eat this pemmican here. Or excuse me, the boom rat meat. More rice coming in. Good. And I know I'm checking it like every 3 seconds, but how are we doing on the old psychoid? 35% grown. Okay, so kind of almost a whole day of the light. Not really as much as I might. That probably wasn't a whole day. That was probably only a few hours. All right, we're trying our best, Smog. Many of us have said our goodbyes to you, but we're trying our best. We've got a sick tiger. You see why I can't break away at this point, Smog. How are you doing? Talk to me. 2.8 on the flu, 3.94 on the immunity. Good. I actually should probably... Okay. I shouldn't probably. That's the wrong opening to this statement. What I would like to do is put the tiger on the best possible medicine. Just have it get really, really good medicine. Because tiger. But you know what? This will be fine. It will get over the flu. We will beat tiger flu. We're not worried about tiger flu. We're worried about people eating at this point. Where was that other mega sloth that's down here? See, I feel some stray bullets here are going to hit the rhinos. This is a wily mega sloth. Like, I'm going to hang out with the rhinos. Because that dweeb kid, he ain't going to hunt around rhinos. He's worried about rhinos. He's a little scared of rhinos. You're right, we are. So if I hang out with the rhinos... This is one of them symbiotic relationship things, right? You're hanging out with the rhinos for protection, and in return, I don't know what you're giving to the rhinos. Maybe this is just like the remora thing with sharks. Although they kind of clean the sharks so that there is a benefit there. I don't know. Maybe you lick the rhinos or something and clean them up. I'm going to never say that sentence again. Aoi, what's your gig? You're just a visitor. You have nothing to trade. You're just kind of popping by. Okay. Are we feeding our prisoners? That would be something that we need to know. So, yep, you have been fed recently. And down here with Lee, you have been fed very recently, actually. You'd like to be high, but I don't care. I'd like to say, Lee, I'm going to put a lamp in your room, but that's just one more thing that will suck up power that I can't really afford right now because I'm worried that the psychoid's going to go down again. How are we doing? 40% grown. Okay. So that went up about 10-ish% in one day. That's not... You're going to die, Smog. How many days do you have left? You have 8 days. 8 days before Smog death. Ooh, lots of potatoes, though. If Smog does ever wake up, not dead, then we're going to have a ton of potatoes for this kid. All right, Tiger. I'm going to put you... Where's Doug's room? Because Doug's in charge of you. Where is Doug's room? Doug, you live down here. Cool. I'm going to put the tigers in your room because, you're in charge of tigers. I feel you should be with the tigers 24/7. What do I have? A lot of leathers, if anything. Wow. I got nothing. This colony is a complete shambles. I have some blue fur. I have a little bit of light leather. And I'm going to blow that on a tiger bed. Yeah, I am. I'm going to blow that on a tiger bed in Doug's room. What quest is expiring? Oh, the bounty thing. Yeah, we're not going to be able to make that. We have no capacity to do that. I'd love to get a fuel optimizer. Hey, look, nobody wants to optimize my fuel more than me. I say that to Mrs. Dave constantly. But I have no capacity to do that. We're not going anywhere. We're struggling to eat at this point. So what else did I have? I had blue fur, right? Okay, so let's do a blue fur one. Because, they're different tigers. They might want different beds. You can go up in that corner, just so we're not all packed in here. And then the tigers are going to live with Doug. Welcome, Doug. I know you're new to the colony, but this is what you're doing right now. You're in charge of tigers, so the tigers are going to live with you. When this tiger gets over the flu, that is. What is your tiger flu issues right now? We are 15 on the flu, 23 on the immunity. All right, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be okay. We can't tend it for a while. 1.3 days until we can tend that again. I probably should put you on the good medicine. If only because you're the pregnant tiger. I don't want to lose you. No, we're giving the tiger the good medicine. Yeah, I did that. Yep. I'm going to sacrifice my colonists in favor of tigers. Nobody should be surprised by this. This should be the most unsurprising thing you've ever seen on the channel. You're looking at this channel going, I bet you I know what Dave's going to do. He's going to give the really good medicine to the tiger and the really garbage medicine to the rest of his colonists, and then he's going to be surprised when all his colonists dies. But he won't care, because he'll be going, yay tigers, for like 20 minutes, like he always does. Hey, look, no one likes yay tigers more than me, but dang, that guy has said it like a bunch of times. This can be for Tiger 1, and then when Tiger 2 gets out of Tiger Hospital, down in the corner of the corridor here, we'll give the other one to Tiger 2. And then, of course, we're going to have to think about future tigers, because there's other tigers coming. This is not the only tigers that we're going to have. This might be my new record for saying the word tiger within a single hour. Bits of the ship are looking better, though. Yeah, bits of this ship are looking better. I would like to see maybe another door down, not down, but up in the snout. So let's do hull, door, hull, hull, and hull. And then we'll put a door right in there like that. Okay. With these things in place, once this is all kind of put together here, we can technically leave. We'll need chem fuel. We have no chem fuel at this point. But once we... Actually, I don't need this bit either. This is a silly bit. Deconstruct that. And then reconstruct this. And then that'll make more sense, he says optimistically. And we don't really need this one either. Deconstruct that. It's all about space management in Odyssey. You know, I'm used to building giant bases for no reason. Just, you know, I got lots of space, may as well have lots of space. But this is all about space management. And it's not that I'm not good at efficiency, I actually am. I know you're looking at the channel and laughing right now, going, Dave is the least efficient person we've ever met in our lives. But actually, you know what? The potential for more exists there, but I don't want to do it because I like the leg idea. But actually, in the real world, I'm a fairly efficient person. So doing space efficiency, it's tough because I don't want to be efficient. I want to just expand and expand and expand. Get that out of there, too. Yeah, and then all of this can kind of come together. Okay. That's a silly little corner there, but then so is this one down here. Okay, we could, with enough chem fuel and this bit of hull going in right now, we could leave. So we really, why are we not prioritizing doing things over here? It's the steel. We've made no move over there to do anything. But you know what we are going to need for that? Quite a bit of wood. So let's get a bunch of trees chopped down. I know I can do it out of other organic material, but trees exist. They're right here, he says, after chopping down most of the trees in the area. Ooh, also, bunch of berries. Go get those berries. And, by the way, P.S., could we make sure that we are refueling the generators, please? How's the food situation? Well, we're up to 32 meals. We've made some food. The tigers are going to go in and eat it. Speaking of tiger, talk to me, Tiger 2. How's the flu? 27, 42. Okay, yeah, we're doing pretty good on the flu. All right, and we'll be tending it again soon with the better medicine. Again, I'm going to favor the tigers above all else. Doug. Oh, no, you're hauling rice. No, actually, that's a good thing. Please do that. Please continue to do that. Hey, Chella, I see you're not drawing in the freezer. Good for you, kid. Now you're outside drawing in the pouring rain. Manhunters. Manhunting porcupines. And they have scaria, too, so it's not like we're even going to get any food out of this. Okay, how many manhunting disease... Wow. Lots of manhunting diseased porcupines exist. Okay, not really what I planned on. Everyone be in runaway dweeb. Everyone just be in runaway dweeb, please. All right, everybody come here. And then let's, see, we haven't replaced the traps. That's the problem. Everyone who shoots things, come over here, because they are definitely getting through the trap corridor. And where's my Mechanitor? Where are you, dude? Down here? Cool, come up here. Yeah, draft you, come up here. All right, this is going to be a little tight, because that's a lot of porcupines. That's more porcupines than I am commonly comfortable dealing with. My number is 1, by the way. That's the number of porcupines. Oh, team. Yeah, see, problems. Come down this way, if you could. All of you, come down this way. Yeah, because they're going to see you, and they're going to be yummy. Yummy. We're going to go... We don't actually throw our spines. That's a myth. But they are very detachable, so if you try and eat us, they will break off, and that's going to be wicked ouchy. So come over here, and then come up here. Okay, how's this going to go down? Militor, you are running point on this 100%. Doug, you're terrible, but come down here anyway. And you're in charge of tigers, which is not terrible. That's a good thing for you to be doing. Yeah, they're definitely getting through the trap corridor, obviously. And the Militor can't shoot worth toffee right now, but you guys can. So kind of huddle up over here. Can are the tigers trained to attack yet? Because I'd love to have some tiger accompaniment on this. No, Sherman, not the zone. Sherman, come over here. Okay, one down. The Militor just needs to run point. Wow, good shot from the Militor there. Just blew that thing's head clean off. And, okay, yeah, with the Militor running point and just being largely a distraction more than anything. Is that it? Are we done with porcupines? Apart from that one that's technically still alive? Okay, that actually went a little bit better than I thought. Militor, could you attack this thing, please? Just so it'll go away. All you guys can be off draft. Yeah, off draft, please. And you can also be off draft. Not all of them have Scaria, so we will get a little bit of food out of this. Let's put everyone back where they need to be, so you guys can be unrestricted, and then the mechs, you know, the usual home zone unrestricted. We'll keep you on unrestricted too, and then home and unrestricted. Okay, that went a little bit better than I thought it was going to, because there was a lot of them. All right. Let me just run my check here on the important things. Will Doug live? How are we doing on the psychoid? 50% grown. Okay, we might be able to... I just need like 4 leaves to brew 1 cup of tea. And then I can relax a little bit. Mitsuya is doing... What just happened there, Mitsuya? You just give up on cooking? You were like almost done with it. Things are coming in. Potatoes are coming in right now. Rice is coming in. Food is broadly coming in. Tiger, how's the flu? We are at 30 to 48. I think we're going to be okay on the tiger, especially once it gets some of the good medicine in. That is probably an excellent place to call it on RimWorld for today, with, as I see it now, the ship technically finished as much as it's going to be. I don't like that. Make that go away. As finished as it's going to be right now. This is probably the best I'm going to get. So all I need to do now is get a bunch of chem fuel. And then this thing could theoretically launch. We could get out of here. I also don't need these bits. These are superfluous to needs. So get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then that'll give us a little bit more space. And I'm kind of thinking we're just going to leave. We're going to pack up everything we can, and 2 tigers, potentially 3 at that point, and just leave. Leave the area. This base is a complete and utter shambles. This is just not working out at all. But guys, do please keep the comments coming in. Let me know what you're thinking of this. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours. We'll see you next time. Yeah, I know your patience is wearing thin. My patience is wearing thin. I've killed a guy, and you walked in here in that shirt. What kind of umbrella is worth $1,600? Is it woven from unicorn tears? All right, is there an actual fire, or are you just telling me that fire is a thing that exists? Because I'm very familiar with that. Fire loves me, and it wants to be near me at all times. I know you're all saying to yourselves, you know, where on YouTube do I think I could find this? Where do I think I could find this? And you're going to say to yourself, Dave's probably streaming right now.